There, Aries, welcome to your reading for June 2016. So, I did something a little bit different this month. I'm going to test something else out. So, let me know if you guys like how I set these videos up. I just felt like the monthlies were a lot like the weeklies, and, there was really no point there. So, I'm going to do these monthlies a little bit differently. Hopefully it's better for everybody as well, so definitely let me know how you like these videos. It should be a bit longer and things like that. So what I did is I separated out the cards based off of, I laid them out based off of basically different topics. So the first one here is going to be the main focus for your month. So the main focus for June for you is, we start with the Two of Clubs for your main focus. And the Two of Clubs is actually about focusing on yourself, looking at yourself, paying attention to yourself, and giving yourself a lot of time, really looking at what you're doing. This is even a card, like I say, this is a card of talking to yourself, even really having conversations with yourself, figuring out if you're like really doing what you want to be doing, if you're with the people that you really want to be with, if you're, all of those things. It's also a very important card for success as well, but it is about overcoming fear. So definitely, probably your main focus should be overcoming fears, but also focusing on yourself this month. Next, for your main focus, we have the Queen of Diamonds. Queen of Diamonds is also very similar. It's about trusting your intuition and trusting yourself. It does look like a very, if we look at everything outside of the topics, it's a very businessy work type of month for you. So a lot of you could be focusing on business, but the Queen of Diamonds, she's very good at business. But she also really wants, she also really trusts her intuition as well. So definitely a good month for you to just, even looking at everything else, a good month for you to trust your intuition in all decisions you make financially, just in life in general. Definitely kind of back it up with that intuition. And next, you have the Tower card. So this month is going to also be probably having you avoid some sort of disaster or work your way, away from some sort of issue that could potentially happen to you. So that is a good thing. The Tower, of course, is a card that you want to come up in reverse because it represents avoiding a disaster. So maybe a lot of you will be kind of working your way away from some sort of difficult situation, which is good. So next for love, we have the Death card coming up first this month. And the Death card is about transformation and transforming. I actually think that a lot of you will be working a lot on love this month, probably. It might be a focus for you. You have a very strong work card coming up next. I also think that some of you could be possibly have an admirer at work or somebody who's interested in you at work. It's funny because, without getting too far outside the whole setup here, you have the Two of Diamonds, which can represent meeting somebody at work in this love section. And in your actual work section, you have the Jack of Hearts, which can represent an admirer, somebody who's interested in you. So a lot of you could be meeting somebody at work or as a result of work. But the Death card here in love does represent transformation, total overhaul even in love, and maybe new experiences in love. You have the Eight of Diamonds next. So Eight of Diamonds in love can also represent, again, work and working really hard. It's also a very social card, so I'd say for those of you that are single, that are looking, it can represent needing to be more social, needing to go out and meet more people, needing to look for new situations, maybe even new groups of people to meet with, possibly for love. This is the card of the entrepreneur, so again, it looks like a good work type month for you as well. But this can also represent good luck and good luck coming to you. So it does look like a very lucky month in the way of love. And next you have the Two of Diamonds, which we already talked about a little bit. But this is meeting up with something perfectly, like at work or something like that. So I think as far as love goes, there's a good potential for you to meet somebody at work or maybe even at their own place of business or like somebody else's place of business. So definitely keep your eyes open there. But this can also represent the afterwards as well. So for those of you that are already in love, for those of you that are already in relationships, you're if you share finances, things could be getting better, or you could just be more supportive of each other. There's a lot of support here, again, for those of you who are already in a relationship, something that's already established, so it could be a very supportive month for you. And again, just to clear it up, also for those of you that aren't interested in love or anything, it does look like a good work month for you. Next, as far as work goes, business and finance, pretty much all of that combined. You start off with the Four of Hearts, so a bunch of love cards actually you got here for work and finance. But the Four of Hearts does represent new jobs coming in, new positions, new situations. It also represents commitment as well. So some of you could be, and especially with that Two of Diamonds there, some of you could be committing to like a new job and making a real deep commitment there, or you could be making a real deep commitment. To like a business, to maybe a new business or something like that, and getting more committed. This is also a very good card of support. So a lot of you could be experiencing a lot better financial support coming to you, just feeling more supported this month and more kind of almost protected as well. Fours represent the home. So, with the Four of Hearts here coming up like this, it could represent a lot more, financial protection and things like that. Next, you have the Jack of Hearts. So again, potentially meeting somebody at work, that comes up. But as far as work and finance goes with the Jack of Hearts, this card represents needing to have more fun. So a lot of you might be just working too hard this month. Like I said, it's a very if we look outside of all these labels that I'm putting on the groups of cards, basically, it's a very heavy work month for you. So a lot of you could be working really hard. That could be a good thing. It looks like, you have very successful cards here. So it could be because you're being, you're extra successful, or you have more energy to work, whatever the case may be. And the Jack of Hearts comes up when we like need to take a break, or we need to have more fun. Maybe we're working too much and we're not taking time out to spend time with our family or with friends or whatever. So a lot of you might need to do that this month, and maybe make time for that as well. With the Jack of Hearts, it's always good to step away. The Jack of Hearts represents a water sign, totally stepping away and kind of stepping into their own little world. So that could be beneficial for you. You could come up with a lot of great ideas by just stepping away from things and taking time for yourself. Next, you have the Five of Hearts. This comes up a lot for work because it can represent jealousy, but it's usually like the good kind of jealousy. Five of Hearts usually represents like making more money, and then everybody around you is jealous because you're doing better, but you deserve it in a lot of ways with the Five of Hearts. So just ignore any jealousy, any jealous situations or people around you. This is also a card of maybe needing to take a little bit more risks and things like that. So again, in regards to finance and work, if you're not where you want to be, and again, even if you're retired people always leave messages on these videos and say, you don't mention retired people, but really I do. All of it applies. But even if you're retired with this card, it can suggest needing to take more risks. So, if you have a financial advisor or something like that, or you control your own finances, maybe you need to invest more aggressively, or maybe you're investing too aggressively. It's all about balancing with the Five of Hearts and balancing risk and things like that. So next, for your in the area of spirituality, you start off with the Jack of Clubs, all about being very intuitive. That came up right at the beginning of the reading, the importance for you to use your intuition, trust your intuition this month. Jack of Clubs is all about looking into the future and setting up goals to get to the future. So a lot of you could be doing that this month. And again, I would say you probably will have a very heightened intuition this month, because the Jack of Clubs does represent having a very heightened intuition. Next, you have the Three of Spades, very spiritual card, so it makes sense coming up here in the area of spirituality, and it's all about being spiritual, making spiritual decisions. It is a card of grief and being upset, though, and worrying about things, which can affect us spiritually, so definitely try to correct those things. And actually, I would say that the Three of Spades does represent a correction in a lot of ways. So, if you've been feeling depressed, you've been feeling down, Three of Spades can represent making corrections to change that. And that's backed up by the Three of Hearts next. So again, spiritually, emotionally, Three of Hearts is a card of emotional well-being and feeling really happy emotionally. You have a lot of just cards in general here of happiness. So I'd say it's probably going to be a happier, a good, happy month for you, just looking around here, and with a lot of happiness, a lot of good things as well. And finally, I just pulled a card for any extra information that you could possibly need, and the cards came up with the Ten of Diamonds, which is a really good financial card. So it looks like financially you could be very lucky this month, but working really hard. There's definitely, you have a billion work cards here, so needing to work hard. I would say if you don't work hard, then you're not going to see the rewards. But if you have been working hard and you are working hard, then definitely could see a lot of really nice rewards. This is a card of financial success. It's also a card of opportunities. So a lot of you could see opportunities even outside of work, like in other areas of your life. You could see, certain opportunities popping up for relationships and things like that. It's also a card of travel. Some of you could even need to travel for financial reasons, business, and things like that. So it's really good for anything having to do with traveling. It's great for starting businesses. Again, if any of you have ideas for starting businesses, this is a great card for that. But that looks like a really awesome month. So definitely let me know what you think of these longer readings, and good luck in June.